We're gonna be live soon.
Hey, we're live.
We're live.
It says we are live on Monday night. Hello, hello. Welcome on into another Monday Live with the Whiskey Crusaders. I am Will.
I'm Sarah.
And I'm Matt.
Today we are joined by Scott from My Bourbon Journey. Matt has sent him over a ton of wonderful scotches to introduce a bourbon drinker to Scotch.
Yes.
So we're going to have a whole lot of fun with that tonight. Matt, who do we already have in the chat with us?
All right, let's see here. Oh, we got Brian P. We got John Kranz. We got Brandon, which is Wills. We got John Vallejo. We've got Mike Franklin. We got Donald Rance. We got Captain Make It Happen. Eric Evanson. Okay, I have to reset my lovely thing because, of course, as usual, we got to watch an ad first so that I can reset my chat. It's my favorite.
My hair looks blonde.
Ooh, tonight it's the StreamYard ads, one of our all-time favorites. All of our money goes to where I'll use StreamYard, goes to these ads for this guy named Brogan, who's really annoying as shit.
Every time that's the only ad I get.
Maybe use a different show. That would be great.
I'd love to see one of the other ones you talk about, but I only get that one.
I get that one. I get the one with the bouncing duck.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's the two I ever see. But anyway, so yes, so
Captain's in the house.
Captain.
I know they let Captain off of work for us.
Oh,
Nice.
don't talk
Haven't
like
seen
that.
him in a while.
Dude, you should see a picture of Captain.
Yeah.
His hair's grown. Looks
Hello,
good.
Jim and Wesley, how's it going? So we sent Scott. So actually, we're doing two different things. So we got Scott's got 24 samples of Scotch and 24 things of Texas. We did Texas 12 of Texas last week. We'll do another Texas 12 here soon enough. And so tonight we're introducing basically a bourbon drinker to Scotch. So I really want to do this as an educational thing, not just for Scotch people in general, of taking it from the whole, single grain, single malts, blended grains, and then the blends, and take it from there. And we'll go through and then we've got a bunch of stuff I think he'll like. Hopefully, if not, I told him he could give it all to Eric, and then Eric will be happy. So.
No, I gotta say, Eric was nice enough. He did give me this bottle. So I don't know. I haven't even cracked it open. Maybe before we jump off, I'll crack it in his honor, just so that I have an idea of what in the world it is that.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's a Johnny Walker 10 finished in a rye cask. He sent us that one. It's actually a really good bottle.
Okay,
we like that one a lot.
For Johnny Walker products, that's a good one.
He probably thought I would like it, considering it was finished in rye casks. So
yeah.
Or a rye cask.
Exactly.
Yeah.
A little bit of that spiciness comes through.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Donner Pass, and there's our buddy Jason, the Mash and Drum. His exciting thing up this evening with about his cool pick with, I guess, you and Scott did there together.
Never heard of that guy. What is he?
Never heard of him.
YouTube channel or what?
And Michelle, how's it going? So the first one I have you pour here, Scott. I'm gonna have you jump right in. We gotta get to the whiskey here. We got the Girvan Patent Still No. 4. And what this is a single grain. And I want to start with a single grain because this is mostly corn, and this is a lowland, and it's one of the biggest distilleries. Actually, you'll find in most blends in Scotch, but this is the one that's going to taste, I think, most similar to a bourbon just as far as the mash bill goes. I'm interested to see what Scott thinks of it.
Can you tell me an ABV?
It is 42.6.
Thanks.
Yeah, and I told Matt, I said I could have been a little bit more prepared for this had I been able to read the hieroglyphics that were on these.
Yes, I think Scott's were like really, really bad too, because his was like the rush draw, trying to get them all in. I was like, oh, let's add this one, let's add this one, let's add this one. But like, so by the time it was done, the package weighed like 9 pounds or something ridiculous.
What light? It's very light, but fruity and like almost a little bit of like a doughy aspect. There's something like a pastry kind of note there.
Totally agree.
I gotta say, this is one that we haven't had.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever given. In fact, a lot of these I picked, I probably have never given you guys, to be honest. Which was another fun thing, was to do that too.
Well, one thing I always seem to get with a lot of scotches or single malts is like a citrus or an apple kind of note. There's always that citrusy note to me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's very light.
Shout out to our buddy Marty over at Whiskey Nose. If you guys want to check out another good new channel, check out Whiskey Nose.
Matt, you said this was a single grain, though, correct?
It's a single grain, yeah. So I'm going to take it for a single grain and a single malt. I'm going to just bring it back down to a blend, and then we'll go out to a bunch of single malts.
I get that metallic that we get on
typically.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah,
I can see that
on column stilled whiskeys.
Yeah,
I find a metallic note usually.
Yeah, and
here's
what Girvan is.
Here's a question for you guys. So of a lot of the scotches, how many are done through column versus like a pot still?
The mass majority are pot still because you're doing the single malts. But all of your blends, of course, they're going to have grain, which is going to be on a column still.
Okay.
Or a patent still, or a coffee still, which is all the same damn thing.
Yeah. Okay.
But,
most of the time in Scotland, if they're saying grain whiskey, it's going to be run through a column.
Okay.
Yeah. The only one that's not is going to be Loch Lomond. And that we're actually going to have them on the 27th, which is a Saturday stream, because we've got the people from the distillery on with us that night. And that's going to be awesome. So I'm very excited to have them on and have their distiller, and so we'll have a very fun time with them.
That's very, very fruity.
Yeah, so hopefully this is a good place to start for you, is what I was thinking.
You know, here's something interesting. Like, I don't know about you guys, but do you get like a little bit of like a coffee note or something? There's a little bit of like a coffee or something. I don't know what that. Maybe chocolate. I don't know if it's
tobacco.
A little bit of both, I would say. I think it's more like the bitter, like you've run it through the coffee,
couple times.
Yeah,
Couple times
like
coffee, yeah.
Weakened out coffee grinds. That's what I.
Or you brew the pot of coffee in the morning and you hit it the afternoon, kind of bittered up a little bit.
But there's a lot of that still, the pear and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I was just about to say the same thing, and I typically get that on ex bourbon barrels.
Right.
That's where I get a lot of those fruity notes come popping out in scotches.
Definitely. And our buddy Clifton over at Bourbon Bites, another good channel check. If you haven't checked out him, and actually we're going to do a stream with Clifton at some point in the near future as well about Texas, because he doesn't have a lot of access out there in California. So we're going to figure out what day with him.
I was hoping you were going to say you were going to play some video games with Cliffy.
No, I do not. I do not know how to do that. Hey, Brian, Pitface Barbecue, how's it going? I know how to play video games, just not through the computer.
Stop it, cat. It's not bacon time yet.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, I can see that's I would say that's probably, like very approachable just for just about anybody, to be honest.
Oh, absolutely.
I agree.
One of the reasons I chose it.
Yeah.
I agree. It's not malt forward.
No.
That is something that typically turns a lot of bourbon drinkers off, is that malt.
Mm-hmm.
Especially at first.
Right.
Some of them can grow to appreciate it, but some of them just don't.
I did.
Yeah.
I wasn't a fan at first, but
it's almost kind of like the comparison. If you do like a beer comparison, it's almost like if you, as summer begins to approach, how people like to transition to like IPAs where it's fruitier, refreshing, bright. It's kind of like that versus like a little heavier bourbon type of, analogy. But
yeah,
absolutely.
I find a lot of scotches are just quite a bit lighter than bourbons.
Right.
For the most part, until you get into really older ones where you have that depth of age come into play. To me, a lot of scotches fall into the category of much lighter and friendlier than bourbons, which to me are more dominating and heavy.
Yeah.
That dark caramel and vanilla really kind of punch in bourbon.
Yeah, I would agree.
With Scotch, a lot of other flavors kind of play.
Okay.
A good one. That's a fun way to start, Matt.
That's a fun one. So then I want to get into a blended grain. So what that means is
real quick, Matt, what was the price point on that last one?
It's like $35-$40.
Okay,
it's not bad.
Now the 25-year Girvan, which is another one that's more like $300. We don't have that one tonight.
Heard that.
Different night. Hey Pete, how's it going? All right, so we're gonna do hedonism. So Compass Box Hedonism. So this is also at 43%. So this is a blended grain. So what that simply means is it's 2 distilleries, all grain whiskeys on this one.
Okay. All right, let's give that one a shot.
43%.
Oh,
yeah, 43%. Going to go up from a robust 42.6 to 43.
Cool.
We're really moving up.
I'm going to be wasted tonight.
You know it. It's going to be more like the part 2 of this. That's got the way more higher ABVs in it than tonight.
Matt likes to start people off kind of low.
We got to slide you in.
And build up to the big ones.
Yeah, we got to.
Yeah, this is much. There's a little more vanilla on this one, I would say.
Uh-huh.
What about like a grapiness? There's almost like a little bit of something like.
A little bit of Welch's.
Yeah. And picking up some like Chardonnay wine notes.
Yeah,
as well.
I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very nice light oak on this one.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of light oak, a little spice on that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I mean, so far, it's almost, I don't want to say, quite night and day, but much different. So.
Yeah, this is obviously gonna be significantly older than what we just had as well. Whereas the other one's only gonna be, 3 or 4 years old. on this last one. This one's got older stuff. I mean, just based on the color, because they don't color at Compass Box, so this one's significantly older.
Yeah.
Now, is something like this? Is this that's something that's available, or is this?
Yes.
Not? Okay.
This is if you can find a place. In fact, I know you know where this place is in Egg Harbor. They carry. This one.
Okay. Yeah, I know. I see a lot of actually when we're going to be up there in next week, but they always seem to have a lot of different Compass Box things.
They have a ton they had a Compass Box I grabbed there that was from 2016. We were there last year that I've been looking for a while. And I was thrilled. They had a ton of awesome stuff in that store.
Yeah, I believe
Compass Box does amazing things, and they're so transparent about what they do.
Mm-hmm.
And I agree.
Holy cow! I don't think I've ever gotten that much coconut on something in my entire life.
A lot of coconut.
Yeah.
That was almost like you just gave me coconut juice. That was a lot of coconut right there.
I get a little lime zest in there as well.
I can see that. Yeah.
It's a good one.
Wow.
This one took me a long time to get used to it because having never really done blended grains until I had this one, it was very interesting to get used to. But once you get used to it, you find that they're pretty damn good. There's another one on top of this. That's their Felicitas edition. It's unbelievably good.
That is really strong coconut.
And Compass Box is like their thing is all blending different stuff, right?
Correct. Exactly. It's exactly what it is with them.
Okay. Oops. Oh, yeah, I really like that.
Yeah, and like Clifton says, Compass Box really changed my mind about blends. Mine too. That's exactly what it was. It was Compass Box. It was watching the Whiskey Vault going, hey, what is this Compass Box thing? And it's like, holy crap, the blends are actually good. Hey, Tony, how's it going? You're awake for once. Yes. It's always a plus.
Yeah, no, I like that.
Do you enjoy this one as much more than the first?
I would say significantly more.
Yeah.
I like just stepping up from this one, there's just that little extra complexity, a little more flavor, maybe even a little more oily on the palate as well. So
yeah,
I like that.
Okay.
And what's my price point on Hedonism?
Around 100, 90 to 100.
Really? Okay.
So that one's a little bit more expensive.
All right. Interesting.
But
they put what's blended into is some older stuff, and so that's why you get the cost. You get the cost on that one.
Bourbon drinkers would actually they would like lose their mind if anyone paid $100 for for an 86 proof bourbon. They would lose their goddamn mind.
Where's the rest of the proof? Come on.
Yeah, I don't know, but
I'm gonna spend $100. I need at least.
You can't expect that with Scotch.
No.
Yeah, that's definitely the one transition from Scotch to bourbon is that there's a relatively speaking a little bit of a range with bourbon and Scotch. It seems like it can be like a little lower end, and then just the sky is the limit with these things. So
right,
yeah,
absolutely. Let's see here. We got Bourbon Baller. How's it going? We got Whiskey Mountains. This is Adriana over. She's got a new channel. Actually, we're going to have her on with us on April 26th. So she's going to be here. So that'll be fun. All right. So next one I have you on, Scott. So this is actually a special pick that I have here for you.
Oh.
This is the Great King Street Compass Box Artist Blend, but this is a pick. So this goes up to 49%, and it's also a single marrying cast. So it's going to be – so this is a blend. So this is both single malts and grains in it. So we're going –
all right, and that one's 49%?
This one's 49%. Okay. So,
all right.
Hey, Joe, how's it going? You are correct. Team Scott. That's a good choice.
Yeah, I want to get Adriana on my channel too and run through a Knob Creek like flight with her. I know that's her favorite. So
there you go. She definitely likes the Knob Creek, no doubt about that.
Yeah.
That smells good.
Oh yeah. Okay, so yeah, you're definitely starting to kind of up it in the complexity part of it.
Yes, we're up the complexity, and then we're going to do some others. Then we'll do some blend. Yeah, so basically, I'm taking you go from single grains to blended grains to a blend. Then we'll go to a blended malt to single malt, and then we'll go single malts the rest of the time.
You lost me at malts.
I know, but we're hoping we can win some tonight.
Oh, yeah, still, yeah. I mean, there's still always that like malty characteristic that's there to it, but still very fruity. A lot of vanillas.
William's not finding that one in our batch. Did you give that one to us?
Yes, it's in the bag.
What's the percentage?
49.
Well, definitely a little more spice, a little more oak on that one.
Yeah.
Nice vanillas.
Yeah. So, and I think, I think Pete wants to know why I'm excited bourbon drinker. And I think it's exactly what you said. There's still a lot of oak and a lot of vanillas. It's a little more proof on it. So that kicks it up for a lot of people. It's not heavily malt forward. So it's just a nice, good blend to start people with.
Yeah, I would agree.
King.
It might say King.
It might say King.
Yes. Great King Street.
It
doesn't say great.
No.
It could say a lot of things on it. It's some terrible handwriting. Who knows?
Yeah. Yeah, I think Matt needs to go to a number system.
Is there anything else that starts with KI?
No. There shouldn't be anything that starts with KI in there at all. So that's got to be it.
Eric says, well, Crusaders, good luck getting the ham hock to enjoy Scotch.
What we can do is try.
We're trying. I would say in the last year or so, I've really started to just appreciate the flavor profile for what it is. The fact that it's different. It's not bourbon. It's not rye, and then finding what can be like in that wheelhouse is kind of nice. So.
Yeah, and Pete wanted to know if the non-store pick will work. It will work, certainly, because that's only 43%, but I specifically picked this one because I wanted Scott to like it. So I picked a really good one.
Yeah, this is nice. Definitely much more spice on this one. A little more like kind of black, maybe not black pepper, more white pepper. It's not quite as peppery.
Yeah, I agree with you. The white pepper is a good pick.
I'm getting more apricot and peach on this one. I'm
for
getting
sure
citrus fruits.
Hello, Lord Plain Long and Jason Boosie. How's it going?
Hey, Jason. Yeah, definitely a lot of that stuff.
Never stop sending puppy pictures.
I need to print labels on my computer. My problem is I don't have time for printing labels. That's the big thing is we're rushing to get these out. There's no time for printing labels at the last minute.
What you need to do, though, is you need to go through and number your whiskeys. That way you can just put what number it is.
Maybe if hell freezes over first, we'll do that.
Maybe I'll just come over and number all your whiskeys.
We don't have
how many weeks do you have? That particular stream.
No, because then
we discussed that once. The problem is now you have tons of things with numbers on them.
Yeah, you send out a lot of shit.
Yeah,
it won't work.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, definitely a little more pepper on the back end with this one.
What is a Dymo? I don't know what a Dynamo label printer is, but whatever that is.
It's a label maker, essentially.
Mm-hmm. That wouldn't be as fast as the chicken scratch is. So he would not.
My problem is I need you to label all these in about 15 minutes or less.
Right.
I don't have time to sit there typing all this crap out.
You gotta get your kids working.
There's nothing without shells.
Joseph asks, do the numbers really go that high? Yes.
Yes, they really do.
Yeah, they really go that high.
Yeah, when you're talking going into the 3000s, we're not sitting around labeling them.
Jeez.
Then you have to read. Then it'll be just as bad. You have to try and interpret the numbers. The numbers are off by one. Think about how jacked up that's going to be. No.
Yeah.
Is that what you're up to? 3,000 or more?
Yeah, more.
Yeah,
more.
It's insanity.
I mean, Joseph's been to the vault. Think of it that way.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
This seems to be more now.
There's always more.
Valheim?
What?
Jason Boosie's comment?
I don't know. I didn't see it.
He's telling me I need to try a whiskey. I have not heard of that one. I will try to remember.
Yeah, for me, I think I like the second one more.
Never heard of them.
I like that Compass box, I think, a little bit more than this one, but
okay. Cool.
This is the Compass box too, isn't it?
Yeah, they both are, but
yeah, the other one what was the other one?
What's my price point on the Great King Street?
Regular they're like 35. This pick I think was like 40.
Oh, okay. Still all right, still pretty friendly in the Scotch world, that's for sure.
Yeah.
You're giving me a hard time about my hair. There's actually still some
It's
color
faded.
in it, guys.
Oh, it's just not coming in on the camera.
I'm letting it fade out as much as I can so I can redo it.
The back has more green to it still.
Next Monday, I'll have new hair.
New hair.
There's at
It's
least
a video game. No wonder we didn't know what it was.
Huh?
Jason says it's a video game.
Okay.
This explains a lot more than why we don't know.
Yes, indeed.
Everyone's searching for the whiskey name that it's a video game.
Hello, Mr. Whiskey Tips. How's it going? Good to see you. Emily Chambers.
Viking Survival Builder.
Next one I have you switch to is Naked Grouse, which is a blended malt. So this is only single grains combined in here together.
Okay.
So this is going to be Highland Park, Macallan and Glen Turret combined is what this is.
Cheers, Emily.
So this is where we may lose you.
We may lose them. But that's okay. We're going to keep on trying with several more.
I don't think I'm even going to pour this for Sarah. I'm going to let her smell mine.
All right, I'm going to. All right, so what's so with that being said, what's the deal with this? What is going to make?
So two things have now changed.
Okay.
And I don't know that we may want to pour this one next, but Matt, this is your show, so I'm going to let you handle this one. Two things have now changed. We're now all malted barley. So instead of using primarily corn, we're now switching like all barley now.
Okay.
So what Sam at I Whiskey She Wines calls yellow, that flavor that she gets of yellow, that's malted barley. And Sarah's father is a primarily bourbon drinker. He is not a fan of malted barley. And as soon as smell comes in, it's just a note switches and things change. Number two, we're now introducing peat into the mix as well. Highland Park is peated whiskey.
There's no peat in any of these.
There's no peat in this one?
No. Not.
I definitely get that. I definitely get the barley on it, but it's like a lot of like heavy vanilla. Like there's.
You want some?
Yeah, there's definitely a funkiness that Sarah said. There's a little bit of a funkiness that's there.
Yeah.
What you're getting in there is the heather and the sherry cask that these are coming from, but there's not the peat in this. The Highland Park does have peat. That's true.
I would have, like Will said, I would have definitely guessed that there's like a little bit of there's some smokiness that's there.
Yeah,
there's a little bit of smoke. You're right. That's coming from the Highland Park. Yeah. But it's a very, very small amount of that.
Is it like a brininess? Is that a thing? Like with this?
Yeah, there's definitely brininess, and considering the island, and actually, the one we're going to go to next after this is going to be really interesting because we're going to go to its island mate, the Scapa, after this, which does not have peat at all. Yeah,
see, now, like for me, I would say like the other ones were much more approachable to go from that transition to this. Now it's like really starting to kind of step up the barley game for sure. So
yeah.
Oh, Ross Law, the Glasgow blend has peat in it, but as far as I know, the artist blend doesn't.
Yeah.
It's got something that's throwing me off.
This one's not my favorite. There is a funkiness to this one.
I like it.
Like a sherry barrel funkiness.
I had to choose a blend, and it was a good blend, so I chose this.
Yeah, that's fair.
And this doesn't have like a finish of any sort on it at all.
It has a little bit of sherry in it.
Oh,
you can taste the sherry, yeah.
Yeah, I can. I get that sherry funk.
All right, so we all know that Towser 10 needs to be next as clearly the best Scotch. I mean, Towser is the distiller. These are my opinions. Thanks, Jason.
Unfortunately, we did not send any peat over his way tonight.
No.
Everybody is allowed to have their
if there's any peat near, it's very minuscule, little tiny amounts, and that's going to be about it. As far
I think
we're rated unpeated. Yeah, it has a lot of sherry, exactly. Which is hence why the color is what it is because of the sherry.
And maybe that was where I was kind of picking up a little bit of that finishing influence on
sherry cask. So yeah, so that's probably your fun's not so much. It's the musty sherryness is what you're getting.
There could be that little bit of that funkiness. Like it's almost like a mossy oak or something. There's something that's very
exactly. And I think that's the heather you're picking up is what that is, that mossy oak.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. What did you call it? The what?
Heather. It's a purple flowering shrubbery predominant up in the Highlands of Scotland, but especially in Orkney. That's what they use to burn their peat. Is that heather? Okay. Most of it's not peated there. It's a very small amount that's peated. Now in their own things, of course, there's more peat in it, but it's like 20-80 split on it.
So are there things in here that could give you the perception of peat then? Okay, because I know like Will said it like right away, like peat, but you do as you start to kind of smell it, you think of and everything for like peat a lot of times for me, it always seems to be that kind of heavy smoky influence or whatever.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I didn't send any of those.
Yeah.
So I saw no point.
To me, this is more of a Lapsang Souchong kind of tea vibe. Kind of smokiness.
That's way more smoky than this.
That is way more smoky, but like it's that little bit of smoke.
Okay.
Yeah, say hi to Bill, the Whiskey Dictionary. How's it going, Bill? Good to see you.
Hey, Bill.
All right, so now I am going to switch you over to single malts the rest of the night.
Okay.
So I chose, because we did stuff that had ordinary. Now, this is a half a mile from Highland Park, but this is Scapa. And this is their completely unpeated version. It's called the Arcadian, but it's the Skiren edition. And this is 100% first fill American oak. 40%? It's only 40%. And I know that I've never given these to Will and Sarah.
Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. Scapa.
Yeah, this is the stepchild of Orkney that no one ever talks about.
Yeah, this is not one that I've ever even heard of.
Oh, that's much sweeter. That's for sure.
Yes, it is. So I picked this one to something. Like I said, I wanted to get you as many islands as I possibly could, so that I could get you islands without them being peated.
Okay.
So I did my best to do that. Oh, Joe, I told you it could be so much better. And in fact, the old stuff was a lot better. But you know how new management goes. Hey, Nick, how's it going?
Oh, that's interesting.
Robotic. See, that says. Yeah, so this is of course just malt. Now, actually, Joe, I sent some Tobermory for the next time, so he's got Tobermory.
That'll be tomorrow night. So
yes.
What is that smell?
No, tomorrow night we're doing more Texas, isn't it?
No, we switched.
Dude.
Only because now coming off of this, I figured it would be good to transition over and continue with this one, and then we'll do the Texas the next time.
Okay, that's even better then.
Yeah.
That means I'll definitely be there when you have to try brimstone. Get to try brimstone. Get to try brimstone.
Oh, Dustin, you do know how much I love new management. You all know in Discord my feelings on management.
Management's the best.
Oh man, this is like a lot of cinnamon in this one.
Yeah, and it's like cinnamon powder. It's like the baking spice cinnamon, not like big red gum cinnamon.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yes. Yeah, I hadn't poured this probably in 3 or 4 years before I found this bottle to send you. So
before you found it.
Yes. So it's all,
there's a richness in the depth to that. How old did you say that was?
It doesn't have an age statement.
Interesting.
I don't really know. I have no idea how old it is. I haven't done a whole lot of history. But their standard used to be a 16, but when they changed a bunch of this stuff, this is one of their new additions that they came out with a few years ago to replace it.
It's very like perfumey. Like there's something about it that's like very floral.
Yeah.
Oh, agree. Yes, but it's a nice, simple, easy one, I think, for bourbon drinkers to come across. Yeah. It's not anything offensive in here.
Yeah, no, the fourth one we had, that Naked Grouse, that was
offensive.
Yeah.
Good to know.
And how much is that?
The Naked Grouse is $28.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I seem to I recognize Naked Grouse every time I see it, like at the liquor store. I see that there. So
kind of cool.
There's several of them, but
Eric, I actually gave him a sample of that one. He does not like that one at all, of the Balcones store pick. He's not a fan at all. He really hated it.
What was the one that what did I not like?
The Balcones Maltzilla.
Oh, the Maltzilla, yeah. It was just too heavy. It was just so heavy on the malt. But
it's so good.
But not to say that it's not good. It's just it was so different. And when you have no expectation for what that is,
right.
It shocks the hell out of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he did I would say you probably like the other 11, within reason.
I was fine. What I really remember liking a lot, well, there were a couple, but there was the other from Garrison Brothers that was really good.
The Balmorea, yeah.
Man, that was really good.
Yeah, that, and I think you liked that the Real Spirits, that one finished in the port cask.
Yeah, there was also one that was like something like Tommy or Toe.
Oh, Ta. Ta.
That was pretty good too. I kind of like that one as well.
The malted rye, right?
Yeah, the malted rye.
Yeah, that was nice. I love that malted rye profile. I like the difference of what that does. It just
absolutely.
It's so much different and nice and creamy and all that. That's one thing I love about malted rye. So,
okay, and there's our buddy Larry over at over his bar up there in Kentucky, Union, Kentucky. Go check it out. The Union 42 Bourbon and Brew, one of the best bars in the world. Just go check it out for sure. Hey Sam, how's it going? Bobby may be with you at this point. Who knows? I guess we'll find. Hey Scott, how's it going?
I popped in, but with I Whiskey She Wines before I saw they were doing it, and like the very first thing all I heard out of Sam's mouth was anal. I'm like, here we go, here we go. I'm like, I've clearly come to the right live stream. This is what it was. So
the entire stream tonight, Bob was trying to get anal.
Yeah, so good.
You know,
all right.
It takes all types.
Excellent, Larry. That sounds fantastic. All right, it's Jake Miller, Scotch Suburban guy here, learning rye now. Awesome, Jake. Thank you very much.
Good luck to you in that journey.
Yeah,
good
So
fun
where does
journey
this one
too.
rank?
Oh, speaking of that, I know. I need to talk to Ed about that after what I start earlier today because we're supposed to do a stream with Ed on the 22nd. I have to find out if that's still happening now.
Yeah, it didn't seem. Yeah,
You know, that one was just kind of meh.
Yeah, it's and that's why I chose it because it's a good place to start the single malts at.
Yeah, I would say there was like, if I was drinking that, like Sarah said, it's very like non-memorable. It's just like it's there, you know.
Memorable.
Yeah.
Where would you rank this? We've had 5 whiskeys so far.
It wasn't a whole lot.
I would say, let's see, if I ranked them, I'd probably go this. The Compass box I liked. The first one I did. That one I would say is probably, what did we have? Did I miss one?
I don't know.
How many have we had? 5 so far?
5.
Okay, yeah. So that's the Naked Grouse is probably last for me, but I don't know. I would say that Scapa was, I got it maybe like 4th to last. Probably. I mean, I could flip that and the Naked Grouse, but
okay.
So it does make me wonder if you don't like sherry casks too, which would be interesting to find out.
No, I do like. Now here's the thing. So I really enjoy a sherry cask finish like on bourbon. So I mean, I'm not off put. You know, it's by sherry whatsoever. So
okay. I did not give him any Dalwhinnie because of the small amount of Dalwhinnie, so I did skip Dalwhinnie for him. Hey, Cheech, how's it going? And Whiskey Wookie, how's it going? Otherwise, I'd be happy to give him it, but if he's fairly opposed to Pete, there's only one of these that I know has a little bit in it, and that'll probably be the last one we do this evening.
It's just one of those things that's just off-putting to me. I
knew that. So I was
go from sweet bourbon to like Pete, it's just like you know, so difficult for me. But
yeah, I'm probably going to try and find another blended malt to send you to see if you like it better. That's a little bit different, and it may just be you don't like the blended malt. There's no big deal. I just want to try a different one. All right, so next one I have you is this Dalmore 15 with this beautiful E150A, which is this super dark color, and it's 40%.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah,
all right.
It's a cool deer on it though.
I'm assuming this has got some kind of finish. Is this a sherry finish?
This one actually is not. I don't.
Oh,
I'm trying to remember what this one is.
That's weird that it's so dark.
Sorry,
like
it does. It has multiple sherries. That's what I meant to say. It has Amoroso, Apostles, and Massalomeloso. A bunch of weird ass sherries.
Massalomeloso.
I'm gonna let Will explain those because Will's the wine.
Do you guys get like a maple note on this? Like, is there some kind of like mapley?
Ooh.
Yeah, and it's got that sherry funk. Big time.
Yeah, the sherry comes through.
I found from other bourbon drinkers.
Oh yeah, there's something. There's definitely that black licorice in here for sure.
Okay.
Maybe that's that funkiness that I'm getting on this one.
I found some that some bourbon drinkers here really liked this one, which is why I went with this one to send you.
Okay, and
this is the most
yum.
This is the most red wine forward that I've come across so far. This is like Cabernet levels of red fruits. Black fruits, red fruit.
A lot of plum and a lot of white grape.
Yeah, I was just gonna say plum. There's like a lot of that, like that dark, like concentrated kind of fruit.
Right.
Oh yeah. Okay, that'll be interesting.
Gotta get past that sherry funk.
Or as Donald says, Dalmore is more clogging than a prostitute's makeup. If I go Richard Patterson though, Joe, it'll be all over the floor, and no one will be, and my wife will be pissed.
Oh yeah,
I'll be a mess.
Man, that is
definitely be ruined.
That's like drinking.
That's funky.
It's almost like drinking that Welch's fake wine.
Yeah,
I could see that.
A little bit of the alcohol
Yeah.
flavor.
I get that profile that you just described, like late.
Yeah.
The finish kicks in and it like begins to go to that like funky Welch's stuff.
That sherry is really kick. I haven't poured this in a long time. That sherry is poured in big time now.
Yeah,
it really, really did.
Yeah, interesting.
Now here's a question. So does allowing a Scotch to sit out and open up very similar to like how it will happen with a bourbon?
Yes. And I find they change a lot.
We've had some Irish that it took 6 months to a year for the bottle to actually open up fully and really become what it
took 2 years for that Nabog Castle 21 for it finally being drinkable. And it was and it being really good. It was just so boring and disappointing when I opened it.
Yeah. Everything, all the flavors were just still tight, and it takes a while to open up in the bottle.
Okay. Man, there's like this one funky note that I'm just trying to put my finger on. It's something different that I
mean, this one is to me is so much more plums, dates, raisins. That's for me is the main.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is a lot of fruit, a lot of those dark fruits.
Yeah, and the maltiness for some reason is very subsided.
It's very, very like hidden.
It is
why I find that people tend to like it.
Yep.
Yeah, for a bourbon drinker, the stuff it's not corn.
It's not malt,
but
it's berry.
The malt is not hefty. It's not forward. It's not what you're thinking about as you're sipping.
I like this. I like this probably the more I sip on it. Like as it kind of gets on the palate and you start to kind of acclimate a little bit to it. I do like the profile of that.
Okay. See, so then that was a good one then.
All right, we'll move that into the.
All right, excellent. Oh yeah, and there's our buddy Dustin from Top
Single Malt.
If you guys haven't checked out Top Shelf, check out their channel as well.
Yes, indeed.
All right,
very interesting.
I want to go to. All right, the next one I want to go to is Auchentoshan Three Wood.
God bless you.
This is a fun one.
So this is an interesting. I'm very interested to see what you think of this one.
Yeah.
What is it called? Auchentoshan
43% ABV.
Yep.
Look for maybe 3 wood.
Okay, I thought it was. What did I think? I thought it was Free Wood before Free Wind.
Oh yeah, was it Free Wind or something?
Okay.
Free Wood.
All right, we're gonna go with Free Wind.
But yeah, so this one, like I said, is 40%, but it starts out as an ex-bourbon cask in North American oak. Then it gets moved into Oloroso and then into Pedro Jimenez, but it's also triple distilled, whereas everything else we've had is double distilled.
Oh, interesting.
Right.
And so this one's just it's a lowland, so it's a different style than we've had. Whereas the Dalmore was a Highland.
The last couple, I've really started to get a little bit more like maple syrup on these things.
Interesting.
I swear there's no Canadian in here.
I wonder if that's what you're associating with the malt.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Could be. There is some malt in Canadian. It's certainly possible. But yeah, I mean,
okay, so again, this is another finished one, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So, yeah. Oloroso and then Pedro Jimenez.
Yeah. Okay, I was gonna say there is that nice sherry influence on this.
Yes.
Matt, I forgot to ask, what was my price point on the last one?
The Dalmore, they used to be about 85. They're up to 125 now.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, they're not cheap. Dalmore is very proud of their brand, by the way, and they also like to charge a lot of money for it.
Yeah, they're not as bad as Macallan, but they're trying to be.
They're trying to be.
They want to be.
They're the Highland version of them.
And what's my price point on this Auchentoshan?
Auchentoshan is about 60, 65.
Okay. I like the nose on this a lot.
Yeah, I like the
It's got
sherry.
a lot of nice vanilla and citrus.
Yeah.
It doesn't have the sherry funk.
No, there's no funkiness on this really at all. But there's
the
Yeah,
PX.
PX
The
cancels out
PX
the
berries,
Oloroso.
the sweetness of the PX casks.
I always get a funk on Oloroso.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see, I would say I probably like that the best.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
A lot of the congeners, a lot of that triple distillation really, really takes a lot of the heavier esters out.
Yeah, that's really nice. Like just overall, the profile of it is just.
Yeah, it's also got a lot of nice baking spices on it.
It really does. It's got a little bit of a nutmeg to it for me.
And a lot of black pepper,
cinnamon. Huh?
And black pepper, cinnamon. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, so we got from our buddy Brian at Pit Face Barbecue. Fun experiment. I prefer bourbon, but I have more fun drinking Scotch. That's a spectrum of flavors. For round 2, Auchentoshan, Compass Box Name, and Hardbed Corvecchian. Yes, that's definitely a good round. All things Scott would hate greatly.
Right?
They'd be like, please kill me.
And Sarah, so.
I don't know.
Heavily peated.
I'll have to go back and rewatch, but the I Whiskey She Wine stream tonight was trying to get Sam to be a peat lover by just making her drink peat for 2 hours straight.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
I'd kill you.
She didn't hate some of them.
I'd kill you. In your sleep.
That's hysterical. Dustin said we drank the Dalmore wrong, drink everything else and pour it out.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're not a Dalmore fan, hey?
No, he hates Dalmore.
Oh.
I get a little bit of ash on it.
Is it just the coloring?
I think there's a lot of people that
Or
hate
is it
Dalmore. Looks like they hate Macallan.
Oh, is that okay? So they add color to this?
Oh yeah, it's heavily colored.
Okay.
That's why it's so dark compared to everything else I sent you.
Yeah,
It's
I like it. I'm like,
if it was like sherry, like that's why the Naked Grouse is that color because of the sherry. That thing's just colored as all hell. It does have sherry in it, but it's crazy color.
and they do it to all of them. Like
It's not just that one.
they could release a 3-year-old Scotch and it'd be the same damn color. I swear to God.
yeah.
Dalmore is Dalmore. That's true. Exactly. Dalmore is what it's always been. I like Dalmore. Other people really hate them, and that's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely a little pepper on the back end there.
Yeah, you can't peat them into submission, Brian. They've tried many times with me, and it hasn't worked yet.
Oh, you can because we haven't waterboarded you with you yet. That's for later. That'll be a fun experiment.
See,
Waterboarding Sarah with Pete.
The difference between some people and me is I'll just not do it.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, it's a little tricky being able to add like coloring and stuff to things, but that's for a whole other.
Yeah, I like this one.
It's a little shady.
Yeah,
Shady.
I would agree.
That's funny. I hear Dalmore adds a little Scotch to E150. Now you're right. If you get Dalmore bottles that are not that are independent bottlers, those tend to be really good, and they also don't have any coloring.
Yeah, and they're all a lot lighter.
Yes, I have one waiting for me in another state, but at some point I'll get it.
It just kind of seems like if you add coloring, it's like, what's the point? Like considering that most of the people that are now drinking it know that you've added color to try to make it darker. So like, I don't know. Maybe most people don't know that. I don't know.
I think, to be honest, most people have no clue, and they're going for consistency for the look of it on the shelf.
Okay.
Although the funny thing is, it's all in a box, so the chance you're actually comparing it to colors is not really high.
Okay.
But hey, it is whatever it is.
We can try.
We can try, exactly.
Sample. We can try.
I see those Aultmore things. Are those like heavy peated?
The heaviest peated in the world.
Okay. Oh,
yeah,
really?
I'm not sending you that. You'd hate it. You'd be like, you're an asshole.
Yeah, you wouldn't like it.
Why do you hate me? Why would you send me this?
It's pretty much, yeah. It's kind of what I was saying. I was like, do you hate me? And yes, that's what I will say.
Sarah and Auchentoshan, that is funny.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, Larry said, Sarah, the Auchentoshan 11.3 will change your life in a good way. And honestly, they've tried and it didn't work.
We actually gave her 11.3, Larry, because when they were on here.
Oh, didn't we? We had
one. Yeah, because
it didn't work.
Maeve sent it to us. We had the 11.3.
All right, so Sarah, you're not a Pete lady, hey? No. Okay.
No, they keep trying.
No,
not liking it.
She's not like it.
Yeah, I kind of agree with like what Jason says. I really like the Dalmore 15. It's like a raisin pie my grandma used to make.
It is totally.
Yeah, it is. It's very much.
I like it.
Yep. Yeah, Pete's just not for me, and that's okay. I like everything else minus most ryes. There's a handful of ryes that I like, but
I just had a William Devilar. Say hi to MP Boys in here.
Behind it.
So let's do the Aultmore Foggie on the Moss, 12 years. Now this will go up to 46% now. This is non-chill filtered, so this is me more talking your language, I think.
Okay. Actually, all of them have had some, pretty nice mouthfeel for the most part. But all right, what is Aultmore?
Yeah, Aultmore.
12-year, 46%.
No, Bobby, that means you love Sam. That's why you gave her Aultmore. It's just, and plus we all very amused by it, so that's what matters.
I wish I didn't have to turn off the stream at that point. I can't wait to go back and rewatch her face.
You might love her, but she might not love you as much
anymore.
For a time being.
No, she might.
No, if I have too much peat, I've found if I tried too much or I smell too much peat, it gives me a headache.
But if you get Sarah really drunk, you can give her Aultmore and shoot.
If you get me like way drunk,
good and bourboned first,
like
you give her like a bunch of bookers. There you go.
Drunk, I'll drink anything.
Yeah, I like that.
What are you getting on this one?
Yeah, that's a lot of like one thing I noticed like right away is a lot of that like still pepper, but still some of the like a pear, like that kind of like green apple.
Definitely super fruity. Also super salty.
Yeah, I could see like I was thinking like there's a brininess or something that's there again.
Which because it's because of the foggy moss that it's in.
In the what?
Foggy Moss. It's a small distillery. It was kind of not real well known until recent years. It's one of the Bacardi brands, and it goes mostly into blends.
Okay.
Now you can get some of their single malts of it. And it's just a really nice. Kind of have to know about it to even have an offering of this stuff. But I really like it, and I just think it's a really nice one to try people on that haven't had that.
I still get like a little bit of like a cocoa or like a powdered chocolate or something that's maybe.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. It's almost like almost even Nesquik almost.
Yeah.
Like when you open it up and get that rush of that cloud of powder that comes out of it.
Yeah.
Powder.
Still a little bit of like an anise or something that's there.
Okay. Yeah. I could definitely see that too.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. This is the most sea salt, briny one I think that we've had so far.
And it's a space side. It reminds me of like saltwater taffy a lot.
It really does.
Yeah.
It's like the salt and the sweet all at once.
Yeah. Yeah, that's nice. I like that too.
Oh, there's our buddy Brian over at Kilco's Whiskey Music. You check out his channel. Check out his as well. Highland Park 12, Viking Honor. It's a good one. I still like the old Highland Park 12 better than the Viking Honor. We haven't done those videos yet, but we'll do some comparisons when we bring out the Viking. We start moving on to the Viking series. I think we reviewed all the old ones I have. We'll start hitting those up and doing comparisons to the newer ones.
Sounds like fun.
No.
Yeah, that's nice. I like that.
Where do you put that one compared to the Dalmore?
Oh boy. Probably very close. I could almost go back to back on those two. I like that.
Nice.
Right. Let's go. Let's do this.
Those have been your top two so far. Am I correct?
I've got the Dalmore now was like third.
Okay.
I'll go. What do I have the second? The second I had I still like that compass box.
Oh yeah.
Art, whatever that is, art something. I don't know.
The
hedonism.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, you like the blended grain.
Yeah.
That was the second one we tried.
No, that was the first one I had. The second one I had as the other compass box.
Yeah, the artist blend.
Yeah, all right, that's kind of interesting. All right, didn't even realize. And I had Dalmore third, and then that Akalaka or whatever that is.
Auchentoshan.
Yeah, Akalaka.
Just say the loan that starts with an A. Solves that problem.
Okay. All right.
All right. Next one I have you move on to is Hazelburn 10-year. So now we're going to move you into Campbelltown.
Campbelltown Funk.
46.
Yeah. Okay. So I've heard that before. I've heard Campbelltown.
So this one, not really going to have that.
Yeah.
I didn't give you Springbank. I didn't give you Longrow. I gave you the third one that's made the same distillery.
Now we're getting into the stuff that like that goddamn. There's that like Band-Aid. This
isn't going to have that because this is the non-peated thing they make at Springbank, which is Hazelburn.
I remember liking this one when we did the Campbelltown.
Yeah, we had Keith. I think the last time I did this was when Keith was on here.
I remember enjoying a lot of the different finishes that come out of this one.
Yeah, there's a lot that
of Hazelburns.
we've never tried.
Yeah, I've tried a couple of different finishes.
Now,
Yeah, this is that like that Band-Aid like nose that I get.
Is it?
Yeah.
really?
Have any of the others had that note so far?
Yeah, I've not. This is the first time I've really gotten that.
And this is completely unpeated. Now, this is a totally different region. So that may be the reason you're getting this. It's totally different than the other regions.
What am I finding? Okay, I'm getting a rubber on this one that I haven't
Yeah,
found.
Rubber, yeah.
Maybe
Rubber
that's what I'm getting.
And see, I associate Band-Aid funk with peat.
Right.
Okay.
Which is why I was like, oh God, what is it this time?
And-
What is
Old
it?
rubber. Yeah.
The medicinal, but the rubber is coming out for me.
Okay.
See, it's
Not
like
necessarily burnt rubber, but just like
it's like a pink ball. You know those pink balls you used to throw against the wall as a kid? And then you get that rubber hand on your hand. You get that smell throwing that ball over and over.
Yeah. I've always
That's
wanted
what I get.
I've always wanted to eat one of those. It sounds so delicious.
You know it.
Yeah, it is like that rubber, that Band-Aid, that there's still some underlying sweetness that's there. So once you get past that, you start to get a little bit more of that sweetness that's there.
Yeah, because if I sent you a Springbank or a Long Grow, then you'd know what peat the Campbelltown peat really funk is. Then you'd be like, you're an asshole.
Yeah. Oh, so I wasn't supposed to think that already?
Oh no, there's a
little bit of peat in there.
There's some peat in there.
There's a little bit of peat in there.
Yeah, it may be a tiny amount, but there's some peat in there.
It's not on the nose, but it's on the palate.
Right, and there's this there's a rubber.
Yeah,
There's-
for sure.
there's not iodine. I wouldn't quite go down iodine path.
No, it's not that medicinal.
But I'm getting earthy tones. I'm
But-
getting a lot of mushroom. I'm getting a lot of
It's very earthy.
earthy. Yes, leafy vegetation, dried.
Earthy.
Yeah, and as far as like the rubber goes, it's just plain rubber on the nose, but on the palate, it's like smoking rubber.
Yeah.
Like a burnout.
Mhm.
Yeah. That to me is like it's so dominating. Like it's there on the finish. It just lingers there. It's like what overwhelms it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not my jam. I can tell you that.
I'll try, and Joe makes a point. There's the 13-year Oloroso finish, and I wonder if the sherry on that would cover up this for it, or it may accentuate and may really hate it.
Maybe that's the one we tried.
Yeah, that was that like rubber, that Band-Aid. And like Will said it, like as soon as you said that there wasn't that like iodine, like I was thinking like as soon as you said it, there is that like iodine, like there's something that's really, it's off-putting to me.
So you're finding iodine.
And see, it's not.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as you said it,
Okay,
I mean, that's kind of like what it is. But
That was very interesting.
nice.
It's not like Isla Pete.
No, not to me. No, it doesn't.
It's not like
It doesn't
Isla Pete
present-
to me.
It doesn't
either.
present itself like that.
definitely some smoke, that smokiness that's there to it.
Yeah.
So
And it has a
there some
lingering-
peat in here?
I would say, probably 3 to 5 ppm. There's not a ton of peat in this, but I would definitely call this at more ppm than 1 or 2
Okay. Okay.
parts per million of peat.
For what? The Hazelburn?
Yeah.
It's completely unpeated.
No, it's peated.
I'm telling you, the distillery says it's unpeated.
Well, they can tell you that all they want.
That's the whole point of Hazelburns. It's unpeated. They have a funk. Now you can get a funk without having peat, and that's the water source. That's not actual peat though. No burning. Now that doesn't mean you can't have peat in the water source, but there's no peat put into it. Let's put it that way. That's what the distillery.
Okay, that's it. That's an interesting statement. I suppose with all of the way peat grows and everything, I suppose it can leach into the water.
Correct, and it gets into the water system.
Maybe there's peat in the water.
Yeah, Pete, he's a
Which it definitely does happen. So there is a lot of it that it's just the peat's in the water going over the rocks, and it's just there, because it's millions of years of decomposing moss and wood and all that crap. And so it's definitely going to be in the water source. All right, so next one you pour is Glen Scotia. Now this is another one that I think I know a lot of people that are here that are bourboners really like this one. So I'm hoping you do like this one instead. So this is American Oak and Pedro Jimenez finish, and this is 46%.
Okay.
So this should be interesting to see if it takes away what you don't like in the other one because of the sherry finish on this. So
all right, so this is similar to the Hazelburn, but now there's something that's going to change this a little bit. The PX in it.
Yes. So same area.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
just down the street from each other.
Oh wow, that's super sweet.
Super
Yeah,
sweet.
definitely. I would say, like to try to compare these two. For me, I would say like no way. Like it's so much different.
No, like this is the difference between bourbon and rye. Like this smells like an entirely different category of whiskey.
Yeah, like I see now I'm getting the nice sweet sherry influence off of this.
Yes,
that nice berry influence. Sweet. Yeah, this compared to that Hazelburn, this makes Hazel look like a bitch.
Yeah, see, on the back of the Hazelburn, it says completely unpeated. Just to clarify, anything from the distillery itself says completely unpeated.
They lie.
That's what the
I've known people that lied before.
Even on their bottles.
That's true.
What was my price point on the Hazelburn?
That one's like 50. It's not bad.
Okay. So I try to keep people updated. What about this one that we're drinking now?
This one's about 55. 55.
Yeah, I definitely like the nose on this one so far.
This one has a little bit of butterscotch in the nose along with all that berry.
What did I just pour?
Yeah, it's a lot of dark berries.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the sherry influence on this. There's that kind of like buttercream on this too.
Yeah.
And so what I think would be fun is
Scotch.
This also gives us today and tomorrow give us a good place to set where we'll set the bar for next time we do this. For the next set of samples to go, well, what'd you not like? And we'll go down a path and maybe explore some of these distilleries more in depth with you.
That's got a bit of
that's good
too.
Okay,
so the cinnamon.
Okay,
cinnamon.
Yeah, definitely. I was just thinking definitely
mid palate. It just rushes towards you like you just had like a stick of cinnamon gum.
Yeah,
put in your mouth.
Yeah, it's that big red, that big red gum.
It goes fruit, butterscotch, cinnamon.
And it almost makes me think of like if you were to use the cinnamon like Listerine, instead of the gum, because that has like a little bit more of a punch to it.
Yeah,
that's a good expression.
But yeah, compared to that other one before, this is so much better.
This one's one of my favorites so far. You said this is about 50, 55?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So like I said, these guys, so they'll be fun. And actually, they're going to do a stream with us soon as well. I've got Glen Scotia on the docket too. We're going to figure out a date with them, but they're going to be on with us too.
I enjoyed the heck out of this one.
Yeah, I love Glen Scotia.
Like Dustin said, it's very spicy.
Yeah,
super spicy. That's why I really like it. This is the double cask, Eric. Hey, Mark, how's it going?
Hey, Mark.
And this is a good point Cohen did make, though, about the peat from the spring bank, from the long grow. I would agree that is still going to be in the still in some place, even though I know they cleaned it out. But you can only clean out so much, and that's true. That will make an effect on it. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little pepper really on the back end. Actually, spicy pepper.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, it's much sweeter up front, and then it gets into more of that like peppery, maybe even like some oak and spice that's there in the finish.
Yep.
Yeah, that's nice.
Oh yeah, so I've got I think 5 other Glen Scotias. Now one of them is heavily peated, which I don't think you'll like at all, but the other 4 I think you will like. Victoriana is my favorite of all of them.
Double cask. So when they say double cask, does that mean it's being finished in something else?
Yes, it's finished in Pedro Jimenez sherry cask.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes double cask could also mean that you had
2 bourbons or whatever.
A set that lived its entire life in bourbon that got mixed with a set that lived its entire life in sherry. There's not really a legal definition for double cask.
Right. Or just like let's take like the double oak for Woodford. It's just 2 different, new cask, new oak casks.
Right.
Same thing. So.
Yeah, I like that. I like the transition, like sweet up front, and you get that spicy.
Yeah, nice drying finish.
Yeah.
I really like Glen Scotia in general. I think this do a really, really good job.
Yeah.
But you can thank Springbank for them still being in business, if Glen Scotia would have gone under if it had been for Springbank. They actually sent employees there to run their stills and paid them just so they could keep their region open. Otherwise, if you don't have at least 3 distilleries, and you lose your region status. So they sent their people to work their stills for free so that they could stay open. Now, of course, they're successful and they are making money. But at the time, they were almost toast.
Huh.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Eric, that would be an interesting one to find. So that was the
time with.
Sure.
Where would you put this one on the list? I'm moving this one to the front of mine.
Yeah, I still have this one. I'm gonna put this right behind the Dalmore, I think.
Okay.
That sneaky bastard Dalmore with the color influence.
Well, the richness of the 15 years, it really does add a depth of flavor that you can't make.
Yeah, I would tend to agree.
Oh, yeah. If you like this, Scott, the Glen Scotia 15, which Whiskey City's tried, you'll like. If you like this, you'll really like the 15.
And how much was a bottle of the one that we just tried?
Like 50-55. It's not bad.
All right.
It's very reasonable.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, definitely. I like the transition of it is what I like on it. So
yeah, the way it flips from being
it's a very complex one to say the least. It's nice. And that's a good point too here that Donner Pass makes about Springbank. It on their malts and dryers of their own barley, so their dryer has peat burning. That's true. It's gonna be in there in the oven and everything. That's a good point. There's definitely a residual effect of it, but itself is not peat. Let's put it that way. All right, so now I'm going to have you move on to the Loch Lomond 12 year.
Okay.
So very interesting. So this it's a Highland technically, but it's right on the border. So it's very, one of the lower Highlands, let's put it that way. And these guys are cool because they have all the different types of stills at their distillery. So they can make everything under the sun. They make blends, they make single malts, they make single grains. They make it all. And they have special stills, and it's fun. Dang, Eric, that's super good price. 42? Holy crap.
Is that the Glen Scotia that he was talking about?
Yeah, which is funny. Yes, it does, Eric.
That's awesome. That's a great price.
A good price.
It's a really good price.
That's a really good price. Honestly, I've moved that one up to the front of my list of things that we've had tonight. I put that way above the Dalmore personally.
Okay.
Again, just for the flavor transition, the way it changes, I enjoy that interest.
24.
I think I'm going to go with the Will influence. I'm going to bump it up to 3. I'm going to move it ahead of the Dalmore, but I do like that. I really do like it. Actually, I'm trying to figure out. I would like to do that one. Maybe I'll do that and then go back to those compass box to see like.
Yeah, you should go back to like the top 5 you got tonight, and then see what you blind them all and see what comes the best. I think that'd be a fun stream in general.
Yeah.
Hey, there's our buddy the mash bill, just Stanley Wagner. How's it going? Actually, he's going to be here next week with us.
Nice.
Well, and the other night, Bill taught us all how to do live streams with blinds by putting dots on the bottom of your glass so that everybody else knows what you're drinking. It's a fantastic way to do it.
Yeah. See, now that's funky again. There's something funky with this one.
Okay, so this was the one I threw out there as an outlier to see what would happen.
I mean, I guess I would say I don't hate it, but for me, there's not like a lot of sweetness. There's something that's there that's like again, there's a little bit of that like rubber, that Band-Aid.
Mm-hmm. There's a little bit of rubber, and I get some pear.
This is very malt forward.
It's very malt forward.
This is what I would call dusty malt. If you could describe something, if you could describe a bourbon as like a dusty corn bourbon, right?
Okay.
This would be a Scotch I would describe as a dusty malted Scotch.
Okay. And maybe that's that
very
I'm getting.
Yes, it's very, very grain forward.
Yeah.
Versus a lot of other ones that we've tried tonight are very cask forward, where the cask is kind of leading the way.
Yeah, that was probably the thing. I was thinking of like a youthful, like sometimes you get like with younger bourbons that grainy, that youthfulness, and that probably is what this is.
So this is 12 years. So this one they use 3 different types of casks in this one. They use bourbon, they use a refill, and then they use a recharred. But they also use a special type of still that has a very long swan neck. It's the only ones like it in Scotland. So that's a very different. There's the Loch Lomond stills. And
So
because of that, they're different.
So the line arm is just really long.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. It really does have a fun
neck on it.
Donald, I can get behind the peach note.
It's not a peat funk though.
It's not peat. It's rubber and smokiness.
This has peat in it.
It doesn't taste. It's not Isla peat.
That's why I threw this. No, it's not. This is
that's
and I threw this in there to see what would happen.
Yeah,
this smells less peated than
it's
the
not.
one you told me wasn't.
Yeah, I would agree. I would say this doesn't taste like anything that I would say, oh, there's like that nasty peat or whatever that is.
And Highland peat is very different.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just its own, and it's because it's forest floor, not moss, not heather.
Right.
So it's all decomposing trees instead.
Interesting.
So it makes it a different taste. I really like it. This
it's not one that I would reach for.
But it's only $35. That's the other nice thing about it.
Just think if you had like your own like brick and mortar and you could host like all these tasting events and stuff like that. Wouldn't that be cool?
Well, there's things in the works.
There are plans, sir. Let's not jump the gun.
I do get a lot of peach now that Donald mentioned it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I could.
Peach tea. Interesting note, Eric Evanson.
But whatever the peat is on this, it doesn't present itself as Band-Aid iodine medicinal to me like it does.
No, and maybe that you guys have been saying it, that there is a lot of that peach in there now. The more that you kind of think about it,
a lot of peach
and pear.
It's what's it called? It's just a funk that it's not appealing to me.
It's Prosecco to me.
Ooh, I can understand that kind of dry finish after the sip of Prosecco.
Yep. So I think it's
kind of sweet up front. And then the effervescence kicks in and everything kind of dries off.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan.
Yeah, the 18 even has a less of that. The 18 is just beautiful.
If somebody poured you that, would you wouldn't? Would you just dislike it, or?
I probably wouldn't want to drink it. It wouldn't. It's not something to me like an Isla Scotch is. I smell it and I'm automatically turned off because that strong medicinal Band-Aid, burning rubber,
tire fire,
the works all in one.
Right.
This has that the smoky side and that slight earthy side.
Yeah.
And a slight rubber side, but it's not the same at all.
Chris, I didn't throw that 18 in there because I didn't. He's already had it in the past. I tried to give Scott one things he's never had.
So yeah, there is that like that earthiness that's there on it. That's
right.
Mm-hmm. So for you, this would rank towards the bottom of your list. To me, this would rank towards the top. I'd probably put it under the Glen Scotia, but I like this one quite a bit. Matt, you said the price was like 35.
35.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Loch Lomond is by far the best deals in Scotch.
Yeah, it would go down there with the one that he said doesn't have peat, the Hazelburn.
Yeah.
But it really does.
Yeah, the Hazelburn tasted way more peated than that one did.
It really did. The Hazelburn presented more peat and more of the smoky burnt rubber that I don't enjoy as opposed to this one.
Right. You're a smoked ham hock now? There you go.
Yeah.
You're a smoked ham hock.
Smoked ham hock.
Oh, yeah. The 18 year is only $75, which is also a fantastic price.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a great price for an 18-year.
I know I like this
18-year price there is.
Yeah, you do.
I like this
one. So the final for the evening for Scott is an Isla. This is Bruichladdich, the Classic Laddie. Okay. This is at 50%. So I gave you guys the last of this bottle this evening, and Scott has the same one. I had to go to the small bottle. That's what I have left. So.
You got a itty bitty wee one.
It's a little bitty one.
It's a wee laddie.
Yes, it truly is the wee laddie.
This is one of the first scotches that I found I enjoyed. Yeah. Outside of the Glenmorangie, that one got me in the door. This is
what just kicked that door open and was
bright
like
and shiny and
it's very bright. Yeah,
it's just a pleasant Scotch.
It's a
pleasant. A lot of vanilla on this thing.
You can get these as a 3-pack of Bruichladdich. That's where these come from, these little 200 milliliters. So look for the 3-packs. That's where you get them if you're looking for one.
Okay.
I know Adriana says she's losing her mind over the bottle, so.
It's wee laddie with a wee Glen.
So,
oh my gosh.
Are the citrus notes popping out for you?
The what?
Citrus notes.
There's lots of citrus notes.
Orange and lime and lemon.
Yeah, I would say it's very bright. It's that like very fresh and like almost like there's an effervescence that's there to it.
Nice.
Yeah, and surprise, this is an Isla Scotch. It's an unpeated Isla Scotch.
From the same people that make Aultmore, the most peated.
Yes, same place.
Interesting. Yeah, interesting.
They have the Bruichladdich line is completely unpeated. The Port Charlotte line and the Auchentoshan line are their ways of giving peat to the world in glorious, glorious ways.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I like that. I definitely like the spice. That's
yeah. It's really nice.
It's just a friendly expression.
Yeah.
And I like this.
I like the proof.
It has a little bit of like an effervescent finish to it.
Yeah, there's a lemon lime that's there to it.
Mm-hmm. Citrus notes. Yep.
Yeah.
The funny part about this place is they have their old stills are at Bruichladdich now.
Really?
Funny.
Old Victorian era stills. Yep.
Huh.
Yeah, this would definitely be one that I would give a bourbon drinker.
Yeah, I like this one
as
too.
as a foot in. It's throughout my journey. It's reminded me of a couple of different bourbons, American whiskeys that we've had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stranahan's, the Diamond Peak, presented itself very familiar to this as well.
At one point.
At one point, yeah.
In the journey.
Maybe even like some of the Stranahan's, like they've got those like the cast strength expressions that they've got that are really nice too. And it's very bright and refreshing actually.
Yeah.
You know what? You guys weren't on. Yeah, because I was on. It was an Edge channel. I brought one of the cast strength Stranahan's on for the American single malt night.
Ooh.
Nice.
It's quite good.
I see we have the angry Canadian, 2 wheels down, Swami chiming in.
What's up, Swami?
The angry Canadian.
Classic Laddie tastes like baby vomit.
How many times have you tasted baby vomit?
At least one. Apparently.
I mean, I've had a baby and
I never got vomited on.
Never through that phase.
No. I never had to.
You don't lift a child over your head and have your mouth open. That's that's asking for it.
That's silliness.
Asking for it.
So this one is going back towards those briny notes again, though. I do pick up the Isla brininess. I get the sea salt air off in the distance. But this is a beautiful day at the beach to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just there's something that's very like refreshing about it.
Yep.
Yeah, to me, this is still good by the pool, even though it's it's a nice warmer, being it's 50%. Even though 110 out, I still think it's good by the pool because it's nice, briny saltiness. Makes fun cocktails.
I like one of my favorites about this is one of the first videos that got me into the Whiskey Vault and the Whiskey Tribe whole thing. The whole scene was when they appeared on Modern Rogue. And when they introduced Modern Rogue to whiskeys, they introduced this as a peated Scotch.
Yep.
Daniel, the whiskey somm introduced this to the boys as a peated.
Because you know what? The funny thing is, I know the first time I had this years ago,
I thought it was peated.
I thought it was peated too because I was like, this is the weirdest unpeated Scotch. I was like, you sure it's not peated? I had to ask her. So, like, are you sure there's no peat in this? I think you're lying.
My problem was that I got 3 Scotches. It was the classic Laddie and then 2 peated Scotches, and I tasted it middle during the tasting. And so to me, I thought it had peat the first time I had it. I had tasted it in between 2 things that did have peat, and so the peat flavor just kind of was residual in my mouth, I guess. But yeah, it makes me laugh that our whiskey somm presented this one as a peated.
John, you're correct. There's a good plan. He loves to use it to mess with people. This is a great plan.
Yeah, these will be interesting as I go over to the next one. I'll go into high proof bourbons. It's gonna make this stuff super sweet.
For real. That should be very entertaining.
Oh yeah,
we got a little
bit of that though. I really do like that one.
Where do you rank this one?
Boy, I'll say like in my top 5 for sure.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, I'll be very interested to see when you go back on them as a fresh palate. Take your top 5 and top 5 or 6 and see what you think blind. Which one you end up being, which one you really like. I think that'll be entertaining. Not that it really matters, but you gotta really remember which one's which at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I think just like looking at them in terms of how I've got them, like just kind of off of memory, I actually have like the first 7 that seem to be, pretty solid for the most part.
Nice. 7 of 12 is not bad.
No,
I like those numbers, man.
There really was nothing that was off-putting except for the ones that I got like the rubber stuff on.
Right.
I mean, that's like that Hazel. She wasn't very friendly.
No, if you're not used to that, it definitely presents itself as a very rubbery, note.
Yeah, like it just like reminds me of a Band-Aid.
Yeah, and it's not just the normal Campbellton funk.
No.
Yeah, I mean, I can send you one that's really funky. You will really hate. Then I can show you the difference.
There's no point in wasting anything that I'll hate on me. I can tell you that right now. So,
but you will hate it.
Because then I would just be like, I hate it. Then when I taste it, I'd be like, God damn, I really hate this.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is exactly that. You really hate it.
Yeah.
I think we found a nice little line for his limit there.
You don't gag at Pete though. None of these, even the ones that had that little bit of rubber in it, that wasn't something.
No, I mean, it was just like anything. You just have to, I guess, appreciate it for it being different. I mean, nothing was like so like disgusting that it was undrinkable, just different and not what I would enjoy. So,
and maybe a year or two from now, you might enjoy it. Who knows?
Maybe, yeah. I mean, maybe I'll like.
It's okay if you don't.
What's that?
It's okay if you don't.
Yeah.
Actually, I was going to ask, now that your palate has been prepped for a little bit, we just ended with a little bit higher proof. Mm-hmm. This is 50% ABV. Do you have that Maltzilla?
I could go check real quick and see if I've got it. Yeah, hang on.
I bet you have it somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm sure you didn't drink it.
I'm sure you didn't drink it all after your reaction to it. So.
Oh, that stuff's so good.
Any excuse I have to pour a little bit more, I'm going to use to pour a little bit more of this.
The blend of all these is quite glorious, by the way. Of all these together, is quite nice.
I bet it is, man.
Nice malty heaven.
I didn't dump a little bit of all of them. I only dumped a couple of them.
You know what? This is a great question while we wait for Scott. So 13 and 18 show wants to know is, does bacon go better with bourbon or Scotch, and what bottle? That is a fantastic question. I like this question.
I think
I have an answer, but I want to hear Sarah's answer first.
Okay.
Since it was directly to her.
Considering I drink more bourbon than I do Scotch, I would probably have to say it goes better with bourbon. But if you hit the right smoky either or, if it's just a smoky Scotch, not necessarily peaty, or if it's a smoky bourbon, it goes really good with those.
It goes really good with peaty Scotches as well.
From his, I don't drink.
From my perspective, the Ardbegs, the Port Charlottes, the more meaty the Scotch can be, the better it's going to pair with bacon. And then with bourbons, I find that higher proof pair better with the bacon. The lower proof kind of get drowned out and kind of get washed away.
I think I found it. Is it the one that's like really super dark?
Yeah, that's it.
Ridiculously like coffee dark. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah. It says something before Maltzilla, but I don't know what
it says. Balcones.
Balcones.
Okay, that's what it is.
Or Froke.
All right. It's definitely sweet on the nose so far. So.
Oh yeah. Especially that French oak makes it super sweet.
Yeah, and coconut sweet.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I get coconut more with French oak than I do with American oak.
All right, let's give this a whirl.
I just want to know if the reaction's any different after having all the malt that we've had tonight.
Oh
no, still the same thing, man. Just something turns it off.
Yeah, there's something that's.
Yeah, and you haven't made that face all night, so it's not just malt.
Yeah,
I don't know what that. Yeah.
He does not like it.
Man, there's something that I don't know. Whatever that is, like it gets on your palate, and then it's not that, and then all of a sudden there's this one. I don't know what that is. Like it's. I like the proof on it, but
we tried both.
You like other Balcones products or not? If not, you're gonna find out. I sent you like 7 of them, so we'll know for sure.
The interesting part with that is as I get past that one part that I don't like, the finish part of it becomes very like mapley a little bit on it though.
Yeah. Interesting. There's a maple sweetness that kicks in after the proof.
It's super sweet. It really is.
Eric wants you to add some water to it.
All right, let me see if I can.
A couple drops or something. It's funny because my dad and my sister-in-law are both not big fans of Scotch in general, malted products.
They're both bourbon.
They're both bourbon
heads.
drinkers. My dad did not like it, but my sister liked it. So it could just be your palate. Is Balcones peated worth the $90 price tag?
I think it is. I think it's freaking awesome.
What's the proof on it? But I don't care. It is worth the price.
It's high. It's like 65.
Yes.
It's like 130 something. Almost all of them. It's fantastic.
I don't know why are you censoring? Why are you fucking censoring yourself?
I don't know why I'm censoring myself. That's really silly.
Yeah, no, that's not for me.
Huh.
That's
Scott,
fair.
It's worth a try.
Yeah.
I mean, now that you broke your palate in.
Do you like Baby Sass, Scott? I do. I don't know if you do or not.
I I don't think I would like necessarily like go to like sip on it. I think
I don't think it's like amazing, but I think it tastes fine.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, there's nothing.
They think it's awful. I wonder if you got a bad bottle.
It's a great cocktail rye. I mean, I think it's a good. I mean, that's what I use it for. But
when I send your package, Adriana, I will send some of mine and see if something's wrong with yours. That'll solve whether you just don't like it or if your bottle's bad.
It tastes like pickle juice with a black pepper ding.
I don't get that at all. I think it's fabulous.
Cole was asking before about the Glenmorangie. I've had it before, and it was like one of those things I do remember actually enjoying. There was something about Glenmorangie that was kind of nice.
Did you just try the 10?
What's that?
Did you just try the 10 or did you try the other expressions?
I don't remember which one it was. DJ sent me some stuff a while back when we did a blind flight, and that was kind of one of the top ones that I had. I don't remember exactly which one it was, but it was. I enjoyed it. So
yeah, I steered away from any distillery that he's already had. I wanted to try things he never had. That was the entire goal of this.
Yeah, it was nice.
Oh God, what the hell happened to your bottle? Yeah, that does not taste anything like ours at all. About mold and stale, mucked out. Oh, gross. No, you know what yours sounds like? Sounds like our old tub. Is what you got. I think somebody switched old tub into your bottle. That's what it sounds like to me.
Like the new old tub.
Oh God, our bottle is so bad.
It was bad.
The entire batch went bad. We had other people that bought from that same batch.
It was like drinking horse manure. It was fucking terrible.
It tasted like the bottle had gone. Like somebody had gotten. I don't know. Like
it tasted like a
weird
petting zoo that had been there for a couple of months.
Pretty much.
That's bad.
Have you ever tasted wine that's turned? Wine that's not vinegar, but it's been oxidized in some way that just is just wrong. Have you ever had that experience at dinner to open up a bottle to just be like, ugh? Yeah, Scott.
Oh, no, I've not had that. Now, when you said before, where it's like almost like a vinegar, I have had that. Like that's what I would associate with it being bad. Like there's this sourness that's there. There's no longer any sweetness. Like it's like rancid, basically.
Yeah.
You know? So, yeah.
Yeah, that's what our old tub tasted like.
Oh, that's interesting.
You'd rather sip NyQuil.
All right, that's
awful.
interesting. Okay.
There's no slow sipping NyQuil.
No.
You're supposed to like
back and then you taste something.
You must have gotten like way better old tubs than we got.
Yeah, Jim Morrison, his old tubs taste like a normal bean, dusty peanut.
I wish ours did.
Yeah,
it does not.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that anyway, but I would much rather that.
Then what we had, that's for sure.
13 and 18, peanut butter and jelly. All right, that's interesting. Okay.
I could handle that.
Yeah.
I don't want 3-month-old animal petting zoo.
No.
No.
No thanks.
It's gross.
No.
It's disgusting.
Yeah.
So out of the scotches you tried tonight, you still put the hedonism up at the front, and followed by the Great King Street from Compass Box. Is that correct? Both the Compass Box.
Right now, I've got, from what I can remember, I've got both of the Compass Box up front, and then I had the Dalmore fourth. What did I have third? Glen Scotia I had third.
Yeah, and then Dalmore 4.
Dalmore 4, and then I had, what the hell does that say? Maybe that's a Bruichladdich.
Yeah, I think that's Bruichladdich.
Yeah. I had that as 5, and then the Auchentoshan.
The Auchentoshan.
Auchentoshan.
How many do we do?
Oh, and then is there another one that looks like Auchentoshan?
Yeah, the Aultmore.
Oh, okay, no, okay. So I had the Aultmore.
Yeah, I think you like.
Yeah.
You didn't like the Auchentoshan. That one's the PD one, or the one that we think is PD, but they say it's not PD, but they're liars.
Oh, see, this is the one that's. All right, let me try. Let me go back to this. Oh, fuck! What was that?
Apparently not.
The Balcones still.
Oh,
That was about
No,
That's Balcones' face.
That's funny. He did it again to himself. Now it's just funny. The 45. I had it from a couple years.
Oh yeah, that's not my that Auchentoshan. Oh, fuck. No, that's not my thing at all. Right there. Yeah, it looks like basically there's like a top 6. Like I liked 50% of them.
Hey, I call that a win. All things considered.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate the other ones for what they are. It's just not something I would
have a baseline, and I can't know without trying things. It's impossible.
No, exactly. So, well, hey, I appreciate you sending all these, and it gives you a lot of these just different profiles to try and know something that, hey, maybe you do like this, you don't like it for whatever reason, and
absolutely,
yeah, it's awesome. So,
and tomorrow is going to be some things that are totally different than this.
Yeah, so tomorrow, anybody who's watching, I know it's a little bit earlier for you guys, so I don't know if you can. Obviously, I would love to have you on. I know it's early for you or whatever, but
they're just 7.
So it's like 8 o'clock your time. So I know it's early for you guys, but
our time,
8 our time, we might be able to swing.
No, they're doing 7. We're central.
Oh, you're central. Okay, all right.
Yeah, so 7 our time. We our kid's not to bed yet.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's why. I know the last time when we did it, that was what Matt was saying, that you guys had kids and you were trying to put them to bed and everything.
Just the one. We're not crazy as Matt.
Just the
I'm not that crazy. I have 2. My brother and sister both have 5 each.
Yeah.
That
one and done, and we did it right the first time.
I'm not going to be outnumbered. No, you go fuck yourself.
We're outnumbered by
yeah, 5 kids. Oh God,
thank you.
I don't even know.
No,
but yeah, so we'll be going. So Matt, so
we'll be doing that other one from Eric tomorrow. Then
we'll pop it tomorrow. Then I'll maybe tomorrow I'll do this one for Eric right away. Then that way I got this. I got it fresh on the palate before you started to hit me with all your crazy.
It's actually a good plan.
Yeah. So I'll do that one. I'll do that one tomorrow. So 7 Central tomorrow. We'll be running through the other 500 samples that Matt sent me. So,
it's 12.
It's fun to go through all these things and really see what it is that you like about something, what you don't, what you could. I don't even want to say is tolerable, because there's, like, I would say a good half of these, if someone poured it for me, I would have no problem sipping on, whatever, 6 or 7 of those, no problem at all. So
you would classify that in the at least good category?
Yeah, I would say those are good, and those are ones that I would have like no problem if I went somewhere and they gave me one of those. Perfect, no problem with that at all.
Was there anything that under I might need to go buy a bottle of that category? Has that happened yet?
There was the one like that I remembered for whatever reason was that Glen Scotia.
Glen Scotia,
yeah.
That kind of like. Now I did also like, what was the one that we finished with that was like 50?
Oh, the Bruichladdich. Yeah.
Yeah. So I did like that. I did like that as well. So I wouldn't have any issues with that one.
Nice.
The Dalmore I liked. So yeah. So we'll see. And I appreciate it. So what's Captain say?
That's fucking cool.
True.
Yeah.
Quantity and quality most of the time. It's pretty amazing what he will send out.
This is
Just
always, well, this is always the one thing that like it drives me crazy is when you get in the argument with people about something being good or bad. It's like, man, it's there really is. I don't want to say good or bad. I mean, there probably is good or bad, but I mean, it's really all what your palate is, willing to accept, I guess, basically. I mean, it's
really is all in what your palate accepts.
Yep.
Bonfire.
Oh, jeez, that doesn't sound very enjoyable.
No.
Yeah.
For the balls.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know you have to get off. So
all right.
If we want to hang out for another 20 minutes, let our people just hang out, and then we'll let Scott go because I know he's got some fun announcements to make over with Jason. So I'll leave it at that.
I gotta. We can end this. I can go to bed.
Okay, we can do that. That's fine.
Yeah. Well, I just want to say to you guys, thank you so much for letting me, go through these things. And I look forward to tomorrow night. And I mean, now coming off of this, now I'm a little like really very curious and a little scared as to what in the world I'm going to be getting next or tomorrow night. So that's going to be interesting. So
it'll be good.
But thanks, guys. I greatly appreciate you having me on tonight.
Oh, thanks for coming on, Scott. We'll see you tomorrow at 7:00.
Sounds good. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks, guys.
Tomorrow. Cheers, everyone.
Thanks. Bye.
Cheers, Scott.
Cheers, Scott. So we will be here for just a little bit longer. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of house cleaning. Tomorrow we have what did I edit today?
I assume the Longmorn 16.
That's the one, the Longmorn 16. I edited that video today.
There you go.
Good.
It was obviously very memorable.
Clearly.
You'll
It's
enjoy
a fantastic whiskey. I am shocked you don't remember. It's one of the best. Plus,
we did a lot of whiskeys.
We did a lot of whiskeys that Sunday.
We did what? 9? Yeah.
I guess it wasn't that many.
We did 9, and then we did 3 liqueurs total.
Yeah,
because we got the Amaro on Saturday. I'm trying to think what the other whiskey that we have out there is.
Blackened.
That's right, it's Blackened.
Blackened will be coming out on Thursday.
So.
Oh, yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah.
I was surprised by that one.
Yeah, it was actually really good. yeah, exactly. Yeah, because I know, like I said, so we got coming up. I know we got the mash bill next week. Then we got Will's birthday bash the following week. Then we got Whiskey Mountains the week after that. Then we'll also have a special. You guys want?
No, sorry. Speaking of Will's birthday bash, that is going to be titled Maltzilla. I will be drinking nothing but malt on my birthday. If you have a suggestion of what I should be drinking on my birthday, put it down in the little doobly-doo down below.
Doobly-doo.
And or in the comment section after the video is aired, if you're watching this after the fact.
Even better, let's do it in the comments video after this because it helps the algorithm for us to get more views. So if you want to put it
so we're going to end the stream here in just a couple minutes. You'll be thinking the title of the stream is going to be called Maltzilla. You know what I love. Tell me what I should be drinking on my birthday
in the comments.
In the comment section after the video is.
Not the doobly-doo.
Thank you, everybody.
It's going to be a Bruichladdich orgy, apparently, according to Donald.
Yes. It might be
possible.
It might be. It's possible.
Isn't it? Yeah, his birthday actually falls on a Monday.
On a Monday. It'll be on the 19th.
Yep.
Yeah.
Indeed. So
we got that. We've got the April 27th, which is a Saturday, or 24th. Sorry. Should tell Saturday. I think it's 24th, actually. Yeah, 24th sorry. 24th is going to be, like I said, we'll have Loch Lomond on.
Yeah.
That's going to be awesome. We'll have their people actually coming into us. So it'll be a 1:00 Central stream because it's coming in. They're coming in from Scotland. So their rep is coming to the house for North America. Their vice president of America is coming here to the house. And then we're getting their distiller on with us from Scotland. So that's going to be a blast.
That's going to be awesome.
So we'll do that on that Saturday from 1 to 3. And then we've got also another stream. Then we're going to be doing a thing with Waterford the following Saturday evening. Waterford's going to be doing a special Waterford stream.
Nice.
So that'll be fun. Hello, our friend in India. How's it going there? Good to
You
see
came in just as we're ending, my friend, but you can back it on up and rewatch the whole thing.
So, but yeah, so that's going to be a fun. With that one, we're actually going to involve a lot of the local people for pickup on that one. For Waterford, it'll be 50 things available locally for pickup.
Nice.
So, I know we've talked to a bunch of people locally that are going to be doing that. So if you haven't talked to me about it, hit me up if you're local and see if we can get a thing coming. So that's going to be that'll actually be able to be a Zoom on that one. So you guys will actually get to ask questions of the distillery on that one. So that should be a blast.
Interesting.
So that'll be fun. So any blue spots basically come and disappear as far as I know everywhere.
Yeah.
That's not anywhere that I'm aware of.
They got like pre-ordered or something. They never hit the fucking shelves.
Yeah.
If they showed up, they just disappeared before they went anywhere.
Yeah, I don't think they really hit the shelf. I think they pretty much were spoken for and gone.
That's what I think. I think they were all like basically pre-ordered because I never saw one.
Yeah. So we'll have to basically link the Zoom to StreamYard, figure out how to do that so you guys can watch.
Goody. New technology.
He just woke up 2 sleeping cats. They were passed the fuck out on the chair, and he opened up the thing with the bacon
thing up.
And here's one.
They haven't really been around much tonight. They've been kind of. They're here now.
Well, she is.
Weasley's still sleeping or laying there.
Weasley's just laying there giving me a stink eye. Like, do I really have to get up to get it?
You get Eddie spots at all, Nick, in Utah?
That's not.
Jesus, that's
terrible.
Yet another reason to never live in fucking Utah.
That's what it is. So you got the Glenlivet. Which Glenlivet did you have? I assume that's the 12 you had. That's right, because I think you were looking for that. Let's see here. 109 MSRP. It's a little high there. It's higher than it was here. It's going to be the 20. That's going to be May 1st at 7 p.m. Central for Waterford. That's when that will be. So should be a fun time. I've not seen any like going to a place seeing blue spots sitting on the shelves anywhere. Okay. Yes, as well. Okay, awesome.
Adriana knows.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we got a lot of cool stuff coming up, and we'll get some more distilleries booked up. We'll get that all figured out, but that's coming up for the next month.
Nice.
So a lot of fun things for you guys to look forward to. Oh, it's nice. So everybody, Eric Waite, if you check out Eric Waite's channel, please do. But he visited fucking Utah. Not one liquor store in the entire town. They do have shitty liquor stores.
Assholes.
So,
I do not
that's true.
There.
And that's true. This is true.
It's very pretty to visit.
Yeah, visit.
That's the key word.
With my own liquor.
Visit.
I'd rather
could drive up.
Well,
Colorado.
That's probably
12
true.
hours with Colorado. Yeah.
Oh, did you really, Eric? You found the Hatch Limoncello in store? Very nice.
Ooh.
Speaking of, I sent Chris a message. He didn't send me anything, but I gotta talk to Chris again and see. We gotta get Hatch on here because I've been visiting him almost a year ago at this point, and it's like, hey, when are you gonna come on? I emailed him a couple times. I got nothing back. So I don't know. We had a really nice time. We went to visit him. So who knows? I like to help him try to sell some whiskey because it's really good stuff. So, I'm glad to hear that. India has made a trade agreements with the UK and the Scotch price has gone down. Well, that's fabulous.
Yay! Woo-hoo! I'm always happy when Scotch prices go down.
Yep.
For anybody.
Yeah, here we go. We have liquor stores just state controlled, and we have use and outdoors. Use and traveling to get your alcohol, though.
Bleh.
I mean, we used to have to.
That's true.
It's true. Thankfully, it's getting better, but it could still be better.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us for Scotch for Bourbon Night.
Yep. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
We'll continue this discussion tomorrow.
All right. Cheers, everybody. We'll see you guys.
Cheers, everybody.
All right. Night.